Hello, my name is Morris Adams, your host for Empowering Voices. And would you please help me welcome my partner and co-host, Arlinda Patterson, for Empowering Voices. Arlinda,
Hi,
would you say hello
Morris.
to
Thank
our,
you. I love working with you.
how are
And I'm
you?
so happy that you have taken over the spot. I did it for many years, and it was time for a fresh new view. However, I don't want to leave it completely.
Feel free anytime. You're always welcome. And
Thank
I
you.
enjoy working with you. I do.
Thank you.
I want to welcome you, our listeners, and thank you for coming on this journey to empowerment. Empowering Voices is a special program where we bring what's going on in your community into your living room. Today, we have a returning guest, a man that expands small and makes it tall, a man that puts increase in belief. And if you know someone that's having a difficult time orientating themselves to prosperity, the prosperity of success, you'll want to meet our next guest, Mr. James Randolph. I'm excited to bring him in. James,
hi.
Please introduce you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is James Randolph, and I am the founder at Pathway from Boys to Men. Pathway is a nonprofit organization, and our mission is to provide resources and support to the underserved men, women, and children. So we are covering women as well as men. So we love to help people. We love to just make a difference in our community's lives. So
I like what you said, men and women.
Yes.
And I love the name of Pathways from Boys to Men. I love that name, and I know there's a special significance. Can you tell me a little bit more about the significance of Pathways from Boys to Men? Why did you pick the name?
Well, that, it kind of goes back to my childhood, and not having a father at home. The men in the neighborhood picked up and kept, us going. They took us fishing. They took us to the baseball game. They took us, they made kites for us. They taught us, lots of things that we needed to incorporate in our lives that our fathers wasn't there. I did know my father, but he wasn't there in the house. So whenever I got a chance to see him, I was as excited as ever. But the people, the baseball coaches, the little league, the softball, I mean, all that was done outside, and that's where I saw the service that they were providing, and my mother and my grandmother, they were always opening their arms for others. They're cooking food for the community, and people would come over for dinner on Sundays. And one of the people that came over was the pastor in Waco, Texas. They ate first when they came to the house. So, so that was kind of like the foundation that I received. I had older brothers and sisters, and I was the youngest of 8. And so I got a lot of built character building opportunities from them. And so it was a village. What they say, it takes a village, and that's the honest truth. It does take. It takes all hands on deck.
Yes,
I want you to know.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, Mr. Randolph, tell me, did you have a time in your life where you were really like down to the lowest level a person can go when they're down, as far as maybe drinking and drugs and crime and did you experience any of that?
Oh, yes. yes. as a kid, when it's kind of like when you start smelling yourself, you think
Yeah.
you're grown and you're a man, I can do this. And
Yeah.
so I went through that phase in my life, and it was like the prodigal son. I wanted my inheritance, and so I could go off and do the things that I wanted to do, and I didn't want anybody telling me what to do. So I did that, and but I'm so grateful for the foundation, because if I didn't have a solid foundation, I wouldn't have been able to get
Ah.
to to doing the right things. And so
Mhm.
it took me some time. It took me probably about 17, 18 years to get back to my foundation. But
Yeah.
I made it back, and God, it says, if you confess your sins, he's faithful and just to forgive us our sins and cleanse us of all unrighteousness. So,
Now, you said it.
I've confessed.
You said it took you 18 years to get
Yes.
back. I love that. And I want to say this to you. While you were speaking, I was looking at my life unfold before me. There are so many people who are watching this program who could say the same thing. What you said is what they live.
Yes.
Now, I got to ask you a question. Did you have a mentor? Did you have someone that inspired you to get off the couch and create this great program that's helping people? How did this get started? What was the birth?
Well, it was a lot of people that inspired me to, by their actions, and not so much by their words, but by taking action and doing things and making a difference in people's lives. I've been doing this for a while, though. I didn't, when I worked for the Los Angeles County Assessor's Office, I was one of the representatives for our outreach, and we went out to families, and we fed families, and we took them Christmas toys, and we I was a part of that group, and then as I progressed, I became one of the more of a leader, and I was going out to the United Way as a representative of Catholic of Los Angeles County Assessor's Office. So I was one of their representatives, and so it kind of helped me. And then when I got free from all the things that were surrounding me, I started wanting to be a part of, as opposed to on the outside looking in. I wanted to be in, so I volunteered for the 2020 Democratic National Convention in downtown Los Angeles. So I got an opportunity to be in the process and see what the process was like. And I enjoyed, volunteering, at those events. So, just giving back, what's been so freely given to me. I want to make, sure that I make an attempt to do the same for others.
Okay.
So that's just, some of the things that I've experienced as a human being, making a difference. I always think about the St. Francis prayer. If you want a friend, you got to be a friend. Whatever it is that you want, you have to give it first. It's like reaping.
I like that.
If you don't put nothing in the ground, there's nothing. You're not going to get nothing. You can get weeds. You can get weeds, but that's not
get nothing out of it.
Not nourish you. So we have to put something in before we could take it out. And it's a spiritual principle, and that we reap what we sow. And I understand. I want to reap some good things, so I want to sow some good things. I don't want what they sow.
Now I want to talk about what you sow.
I want to sow something good.
To describe your organization for someone that's never seen or never met you or hasn't looked at your website, what is Pathways from Boys to Men? What are you doing to better people? How are you doing it?
Okay.
What are you doing?
Let me start with our mission. Our mission is to provide resources and support to the underserved men, women, and youth in our community. So we've been doing that for over 16 years now. But to get some ideas of what we do, here's a list of some of the things we do. We do life skill workshops, and what a life skill workshop consists of is 3-day, 3-hour workshops, and we focus in on anger management, time management, and communication. So we are trying to prepare, young folk, young people, old people too. We don't have no age parameters. It's,
well, I have to correct you, James. Mature people.
but okay, thank you.
Come on now. Don't you be going to old folk too.
See, I'm one of those mature people as well.
Thank you.
So,
I like mature people.
thank you so much, Ms. Patterson. And then we do introduction to construction. One of the programs that we have is a blueprint reading. That's one of the things that we've done. And then we had the Carpenters Union that come through and
yes, they do.
The workshops, just give the young people an idea of what construction consists of, and you can't, and I have to say this, if anybody out there is listening, you can't be smoking no weed, because if they're gonna test you the very first time, get tested, and if you're not gonna get a chance. So you're gonna have to be clean and sober. You're gonna have to have, no, you can't be using drugs or alcohol. So, but they're doing actually they're doing a boot camp starting orientation tomorrow, and I gave a couple people, young men, the information so that they can contact the people that's providing that at the Carpenters Union, so they get a chance to go in. But that's where they test, they're testing you. They see what you're made of. They want you to come in there and they want you to work hard. They don't want you up there, playing around. You got to be focused on the main thing, and the main thing is getting through that boot camp. So no, you don't have to have any skills. You need to be physically fit, and in the first 6 months, you're probably not going to be doing anything but more labor intense than anything. But as you go through the process, you can be learning how they want it done. So that first 6 months is probably going to be more of a teachable. You clean up your area to make sure there's no debris. You just do whatever is, you stay busy. You don't look around and put your hands in your pocket looking up in the sky. You stay busy. Even when there's nothing to do, you still stay busy. So that's what, what
you say, follow instructions is what you're saying.
Stay busy.
You're gonna be following instructions. Someone's gonna be guiding you, training you, teaching you. So when you finish, you will have an aptitude of understanding as to what carpenter is. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. If you're selected. But if you go in there dragging your feet, this is more of an orientation part this Saturday. But if you go in there dragging your feet and looking around in the sky and like you don't have, in your house slippers and instead of steel-toe boots, they're probably not going to select you.
Mr. Randolph.
Where would this? Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Morris. No, you go.
I just wanted to know where would they go and apply? Where would they?
Well, they need
find out about this.
Need to call me. That's what they need to do. We need to talk. If I'm gonna refer them, if I'm gonna give them my referral, I need to talk to them. We need to.
There we go. That's what we needed to know.
Wow. We need to talk.
Yes.
Very good.
So that's what construction, Carpenters Union. Now we do also help with jobs, at Home Depot. We have a few people working right now over at Home Depot that has gone through our program, that's gone through our, our workshops, and so we're that, as well as, but we've had about 7 introduction to construction workshops in 2021. We had about 4 life skill 3-day workshops in 2021. We had about 6 financial literacy workshops in 2021. we've provided over 3,052 lunches.
Yes, you did.
2021. We've over 2,000 pieces of clothing, shirts and socks in 2021.
Wow.
Yes.
Sleeping tents and blankets, over 12. Winter warm-up kits. You know, those are kits that we got actually from Amazon. Amazon has been a partner with us now. They're one of our partners as well. And we gave out over 500 kits. Now the kits can be shirt, socks, but mostly, shirt, socks, little beanie. And then I started putting some food in it, some little drinks and some types of not cookies. They're graham crackers.
Yes.
Yeah.
We started putting that in there.
The nutrition bars. Yeah.
Nutrition bars.
Yes. Yes.
I like this.
You could go on and on about all the things you've done, but let me tell you, viewers at home, and Morris, let me share with you a thought. I'm on the board of directors, and I see what Pathway from Boys to Men has done. The reason I asked you, Mr. Randolph, why, or if you had problems in life yourself, because I realized that that's what drove you to want to be a mentor as you are.
Yes.
I mean, you are amazing. And this is what I wanted the viewers to know is this gentleman who is the director has been through it too.
Yes. And God gave me a second chance. And so what do I do with that second chance? Is I try to make sure that I be a benefit to others. I help somebody else.
An overcomer. You are an overcomer.
Yes.
How large is your organization?
Well, right now we're working as volunteers as opposed to paid employees. So everybody, my service for us is volunteer right now. From the board members to the to the founder, to everybody that's a part of it. They all have a role that they play, and they're in kind of much in their lane. They're like everybody has a lane, and we're staying in our lanes, and we're not trying to get over into to someone else's lane. And so that's how we're doing it right now, and it's working. It works, and it works real well. It's pathwayfromboystomen.com, and the link is get involved, and we will welcome you with open arms if you are interested in and you're truly sincere about making a difference in our communities.
Morris, if I may make a comment, Pathway from Boys to Men doesn't just help the underserved men and women and children. It also helps other groups. Personally, Greater Faith Grace Bible Church has received many items, chickens, drinks, all kinds of things, lunches as well from Pathway from Boys to Men when we've needed them. And Mr. Randolph, great Pathway from Boys to Men is amazing. It is totally amazing, Morris, to see them in action.
Morris.
Thank you, Linda, because you brought me to the next thing. I wanted to ask Mr. Randolph, how do you partner with businesses and corporations in the community? Or Linda just gave us one. Is there more?
Yes, but I want to go back over that one again. Greater Faith Grace Bible Church in Rialto, California. Senior pastor Harry Bratton is the he's been so such a source of support to Pathway from Boys to Men and the church. And then I have a Bethlehem Temple Community Church, District Elder Margie Garrett in Fontana. She's also been of help, a phenomenal help. And then last but not least, my church, Pastor Joshua Beckley,
Yes.
Ecclesia Christian Fellowship, and they have been tremendously supporting Pathway. We've done videos there. One of the videos that's on our website. We had a group. So it was, and then they send, they donate us so much money per month. They give us like we're working with the community, so they do that. So, and then we have Home Depot and Wells Fargo and Applebee's and Catholic Charities and Avco and Edible Arrangements and Union Pacific and Citizens Business Bank and Water of Life and Claremont McKenna College and Partnership for Jobs and USC. So we have some folks that's been working with us over the years, because it like I say earlier, it takes a village.
Yes.
You can't do this by yourself, but you do it is one step at a time. And so I go out, I knock on doors in corporate, in the corporate America, and find out if they like to partner with us. And then, that's how we move forward. This is what we're doing. Would you like to be a part of it? We're providing jobs and opportunities for our young people in the community. And I did mention Amazon earlier. Let me mention Amazon again. And let me mention Citizens Business Bank one more time, because they've been doing a phenomenal job with their support for Pathway from Boys Men. And we're still open for other Fontana Self-Storage. They've been phenomenal with us as well. And Lewis Library and Technology Center, where we've had job fairs over the years. And so we have a lot of history with folks. I'm trying to think of this, Merpai Realty LLC, MERPAI Realty LLC has been, and Catholic Charities has also been one of our sponsors, and the city of Fontana, the Fontana Chamber of Commerce. So I can go on. I got a few more, but I didn't want to not make sure I didn't miss anyone. But
okay, now so with what you just said, I'm almost hesitant to ask this next question. I know. Now, Linda's going to ask you about the financial literacy, but I'm almost hesitant to ask you this next question. If someone could perform an act of kindness and write a letter of permission to you for whatever you wanted to grow your organization, to expand it from what you said to something larger, what would you want them to give you? What would you want to happen? Detail for us what it would take for you to grow.
I'm ahead of you. We need, all right. We need a space right now. Right now, we need our own space where we can do our workshops, where we can have a closet for clothes. Say someone needs to go do an interview, they need a suit and a tie. We need that. We need for our construction jobs. We need steel-toed boots. So we need a building. I was thinking, maybe down the road, we would have like a thrift store with some space, with some space. Because if we had some space, we could even have the Carpenters Union could even come to our space and do workshops.
Yes.
Like the class that they're doing tomorrow. So yes. If we had enough space and we have the relationship, so we could be doing larger events and then had all the community people out, the politicians could come and see what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So know that we're doing,
absolutely,
trying to give this to our young people and older people. What did you say, Erlinda?
Mature.
Mature. And some of the mature people, they still like
we're still here.
I still got life in me. So I'm gonna be doing this, this is my last job right here. This is,
Yes,
and I
yes.
love what I do, and I do what I love.
And you do an amazingly great job. Now, I want to mention something, Morris. There's a lady who is his sidekick, and she's
Oh,
amazing too. You want to tell us a drop about her?
Yeah, I hope it is my wife.
It better be.
She's been with me. This year be 40 years. You know,
Ooh,
put
how
up with me
wonderful.
for 40 years, but I'm grateful. I couldn't do this without her. She's my rock.
yeah.
She feel, she knows. She knows, what she knows how to do what she's
She
doing.
picks you up when you're tired, huh?
Yeah. And I couldn't do this without her. This is, there's no I in team.
No.
Team together, everybody achieves more. TEAM. And so we're a team. And so everybody, like I said, we all have in our lane, and we stay in our lanes, and we do what we are best suited to do. Like, Miss Linda, she's phenomenal in this field, and
Yes,
so
she is.
we're grateful.
She is
for
very
her.
phenomenal. Yes.
She's doing this.
Well, enough of that, James. Enough of that. Now, Morris, talk to me. Didn't we want to ask him a question about right now with COVID-19? A lot of people are having issues keeping their homes. Is there a program, Mr. Randolph? Morris and I were talking about it and wondering if there is a type of program that can help these folks. Do you know anyone now that is in the process of possibly losing their home?
One of the things that I'm aware of is we Pathway from Boys to Men has a new foundation that's our funder. It's one of the funders that we want our funder for folks that are it's not necessarily for just if it's for folks that are trying to help themselves.
Yes.
That's how they.
That's the key thing.
It's not like we're going to do everything, but they have to. If they're they don't have a job, then they have to get a job.
Absolutely.
Show that they're trying to help themselves. Like say you're working and your car breaks down, and then you have to pay your rent. So that's either you're gonna pay your rent or you're gonna fix your car because you got to get to work. So those are the types. That's the type of area that they want to
be in.
Where you maybe it's the working poor. I will say that, but that's more of
it. Really exists, James. The working poor.
Right. So that's more about that program. So your car, if your rent, or but you have to show that you have some income, and you have to give us a plan. How do you, are we gonna have to do this next month? Because if they say
no,
we have to do it next month, they're not gonna
help you.
The program is not
So
gonna.
I like what I heard again. It's something that I was taught. If you see a person with a sign in front of a car saying I needed a push, you're probably going to pass them by. But if you see a person behind the car pushing, you get out and you help them.
That's right. Absolutely. I like that. I like that, Morris. That's good.
Yes. I saw that. I saw something like that. Chris Rock said, that he was always on the breaking down, and he was always, nobody was helping it. But when he got out there and started pushing the car himself, other people came out there. And his point was, if you got to help yourself. You want to.
That's right.
So I understand that principle, and so that's as long as we understand
the bottom line,
they understand it. There's no guarantees.
Right?
But,
Absolutely.
We have a list of resources on my website. You can go to our resource page and look up, different organizations that are there, and sometimes I have to refer people to the Salvation Army. And
Mhm.
Salvation Army has beds, and I might have to refer them to Catholic Charities, or I might have to refer them to Community Action Partnership, or I might have to refer them to 211, or over here in Fontana, I just got a call from a lady that's sleeping in the car with her 2-year-old son. So the Water Life has a program, City Links. I think they're part of that program, where they will help folks that are in the city of Fontana, not Rialto, not San Bernardino, but
Right.
Fontana, and they will help them with a voucher of some sort, where maybe, I don't know what the period of time is, but knowing where the resources are, is critical as well. It's not.
Yes, absolutely. Mr. Randolph, I have really enjoyed, Morris and I have both enjoyed having this information from you. And I know Pathway from Boys to Men has existed more than 17 years. Is that right?
A little over 16.
A little over 16, close to 17.
Yes.
Now, pretty soon, in fact, this week coming up, you have a financial literacy class that individuals at home can join to learn about how to handle their finances. A lot of people don't know how to do that. And you have a specialist there that anyone can join into, just sign in, right? Could you tell us about that?
Okay. You can go to our website and sign in to the Eventbrite event. But I want to make sure you understand that this is ongoing. This is going to be monthly, every month.
Oh, I see.
Have a different series that we're talking about, and this class is going to be on savings. So Citizens Business Bank, one of their specialists there at the bank, is going to be providing this class this month. We have our financial literacy person that has been working with us for several years, and but we have got an opportunity to partner with Citizens Business Bank, and we're truly grateful for the opportunity that will help us expand our classes, from quarterly to every month. So with that said, the class is going to be from 2:30 to 4 o'clock p.m. On Thursday. And again, the class is going to be with regard to savings, and then the provider of the services is going to be, again, Citizens Business Bank employee. So for me, going through these classes have benefited me, and my knowledge has given me an opportunity to save money when we were in the pandemic. And so I know that they work because they worked for me. So I'm I could vouch for the financial literacy training that will help them and give them some insight on how to save. So
okay, a lot of times our people just need to know. They don't know, they haven't been taught. And these classes will teach us the tools, give us the tools that we need to survive in our lives a little easier. It's been great working with you, Mr. Randolph. Morris, it's been really good, hasn't it? It's been so good. I think we're having a little problem with Morris's sound right now on his video. I can see some beautiful trees behind him. I'm Merlinda. I work with Morris Adams. He is the host. We're Empowering Voices. I am his co-host as a guest. And I want to tell you, groups like Pathway from Boys to Men are amazing. And a lot of them, they give and give, but a lot of them don't give like Mr. Randolph does. Mr. James Randolph, I am so proud of you. I'm proud to be connected with you and proud to know Diane and your family. So I want to tell you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And we will be putting the labels there, the address and phone numbers and websites so that they can connect with you. People at home are going to want to find out a little more because men and women and children can be helped, not only taught how to go out there and work with different types of people, different groups, but know how to find a job as well.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
in closing, goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you.
We love you. And Mr. Adams, thank you so much. I'm sorry that we missed the ending, that you couldn't do the ending, but I'm here right beside you. We're doing
Thank you.
it.